Welcome FOH this week. Kenny, as a gift from Chuck 08, Kurt Berry, a Por Larrañaga Valiosos Regional Edition Swiss 2009 Pyramid. Yeah. This is very special because this is one of Chuck's cigars that he sent through that you haven't smoked previously. In other words, that you haven't smoked the last one. You smoked the Mantua that he sent through, and I had to find another one for you. And
except you haven't.
He gave me this one in Hong Kong. He gave me this one in Hong Kong, and he says, "Please," he begged me, "Please, can Ken not smoke it before you do a review?" And I said, "I'll try to do my best."
I heard before you said you found me another of the Mantuas. You haven't.
I did. I gave you one the other day.
Unless it's in the new pack.
It's in the new pack.
You say that.
Try it. Just try it.
Hey, the footy's on tonight. I'll smoke it then.
I haven't had one of these for many years, so I'm looking forward to trying an 09 cigar. You don't get a chance to smoke an 09 cigar very often.
You do not.
Now, you were saying
not
that it was
not for 12 years.
Did you? Let's look at the construction. You were saying that it was spongy.
No.
He was Kurt. He was saying it was spongy.
Honestly, the brothers Grimm are out in freaking.
It's exactly what you told me a second ago. Mine's perfect in terms of feel, in terms of balance in the hand. It's nice and light.
He's made me go and shut doors in the house to block off air in case air disturbs something or other. So I now have to live in an oven so he can have a nice clean production. This is our sixth attempt.
I asked him to turn off the TV or radio because it was coming through on the telecast. I don't know, some sort of porn. I know what you're watching, but it was too loud. And
you do not know me if you think I'm not too cheap to pay for porn. Seriously.
I don't think you'd be able to find it.
One thing on the internet you can find, seriously, turn it on, it comes out the wazoo. Ah, dear. Well, basically, having turned this into another family show.
Just check your drawer before we kick off. Easy drawer,
good.
Easy.
Yep, fairly easy, but not disastrous. I think probably just about perfect.
Oh, it's got a distinct flavour on the cold draw. Yeah.
I get more smelling the cigar rather than on the draw. You get that sort of old locker room, old leather footballs, that sort of smell.
I get hay and honey on the cold draw. Try that again.
No. Sorry. But I get a lot of it. I mean, it's very aromatic when you do this. It really is very aromatic that way.
It's gorgeous. It's not even smoking.
Okay, thanks very much. See you next week. I'm off.
We'll be back with you at the end of the first third. Kenny, first third.
Yeah, we've probably been talking too much to focus, but it's been lovely, smooth, mellow sort of character, bit of caramel in there.
Light bodied, yeah, just light.
Sorry? Oh, yeah, under medium.
Bodied. Yeah,
spice, quite a bit of spice, bit of black pepper.
I get no black pepper at all.
I get a little bit.
I get that sweetness, that grassy sweetness coming through. It's good. I'm enjoying it, but I'd like to see a transition very, very soon into something. Because this would be quite a boring cigar to finish this way. If it was, but let's see what that says. Draw's perfect. Had a really nice ash before I ashed it out. See, I mean,
it's all in the lighting, folks. All in the lighting.
We'll be back at the end of the second third. Halfway point for me, Kenny, anyway. And that's the most
No, I'm much slower, much slower.
You are.
That's
but
interesting.
I'm getting that sweet tea coming through here. Sweet
Just
tea.
starting to get a bit of that now. That's really interesting because, I mean, normally we smoke at reasonably similar levels, and I'm perhaps a little faster than you normally on average.
Yeah.
This time, this cigar, and it's not as though it's blocked or there's problems or anything, it's lovely. It's been so much slower.
I think it's because I ashed early on. I think it's had a fair bit to do it. So
is that a euphemism for? Yeah, well, I don't need to this time. I haven't got far.
You would be burning at a slightly slower pace than mine. I'll slow down a bit. Well, I'm enjoying it. It's actually it's tricked up. It's got a little bit more complexity to it, which I think you need to.
Look, at this stage, it's not screaming. I'm a 98 pointer or anything like that. Which my apologies for smoking the Mantua or whatever it was out of order when I wasn't supposed to. No one told me. But that one did scream, I'm a 98 pointer the whole way through. That was when we did the Hamlet.
Geez, you're such a professional. It wasn't the Mantua. It was the
whatever it was.
Talking about, yeah. But you know,
Taiwanese thing.
And they're almost the same size people. Pardon?
Taiwanese thing. Well, you said I smoked the wrong one, so I assumed that must be what it was. I just relied on you.
Which is, they've been smoking brilliantly. But
which one?
This is not that. No, it's not. It's not. It hasn't got that level of wow. It's got. In fact, it doesn't have a wow factor to it. There's no wow.
Not yet. No, not yet.
No. And so when you hit that wow factor in Cuban cigars, well, it's the reason you keep coming back because they have the ability to hit 98 points, 96, 97, 98 points. They have that ability. I mean, it's a rarity for me. But it's like hitting that magnificent golf shot, that hole in one that keeps coming back next week and the week after.
I was thinking exactly that the other day. You're an absolute flubber around the course, but then just one shot somehow it clicks into and you hit the thing and it disappears 250 yards straight towards the hole, and you're thinking, I'm back next week. Just happens every now and again, like these.
Maybe that's their marketing strategy at Habanos, that we could produce great cigars every single one and consistency, but that's not going to. Let's do it the other way around. Let's produce like 2 out of a box or 1 out of a box that is that 98 point cigar and makes people keep coming back and buying it week in and week out. Yeah.
As opposed to an entire box of 98 pointers, because they wouldn't come back for that.
No, what they do is they'd increase the price by 3. Oh, hang on, they've done that. That's right. So, geez, of course they've done that. We'll be back with you at the end of the last third. Just coming towards the end of mine, you still a little way to go, yeah. But I've got that lovely, lovely richness in this last third. I really have. You talk about that journey, that complexity. This is. I would have loved a bit more of an input up front, but I can't fault this cigar on this back end. It is a gorgeous, sweet, doughy, caramel,
and it's a much richer. It's certainly lifted up well above that medium body, but halfway through, just about an inch before we get here, it sort of went into car wreck. It was all over the place. One puff would be lovely caramel richness. The next would be nothing. For about half an inch, it was all over the place, as though it didn't know what it wanted to be. More than I can remember too many other cigars ever. And I'm thinking, well, what the hell's going to happen? But that's now settled, and it is that lovely richness, coffee bean, caramel, bit of spice.
I'd give this last third, I'd certainly give this a 94, 95 rating on the last. But overall, I couldn't call them a 91, 92 now 92. The brilliance of this last third. But
so far
91.
To 90, a comfortable 93. Because I think my first part was perhaps a little
better
up on you.
Yeah.
and it's settled into exactly what you're talking about, which makes me wonder if you left these another 10 years, would the whole cigar turn into that, or is it disappearing? In fact, if you smoke it next year, you can have less.
I don't think the blend integrity in that first third allows it to develop, that way.
We should have
It's
seen
almost a
more
shame.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just almost a shame that
It's like the bloke rolling them.
It's just over medium body. It's just medium body, really. It's not over medium body. It's medium body, but it's medium bodied and rich. So if they could have achieved that just even for 2/3 of this cigar,
and it almost seems quite young, this last part. To me, it's almost as though halfway through rolling it, someone came along and said, "Hey, there's a phone call for you," and the roller disappeared, and someone else sat in and did the rest. Now, I know that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean.
It's intentional. It's an intentional blend change, and I can understand that. But,
well, intentionally make the whole cigar like this one next time.
no, you don't. Look, 2/3 of it like this would be spot on for me. I mean,
And a full cigar would be even better.
As Hammy says, when you light a cigar, it should say hello. Hello. This is welcome. That's only Hammy can say. Welcome. We are now going on a journey together for the next hour and a half. I'm not going to show you all my secrets, but this first part, I've got a beautiful home. I'm away. Let's start. And then you go in like a great dinner party. Yeah, it's like a great dinner party.
Yeah, I got a few people would have been pulling the bus cord saying, "I'm getting off now," after the first couple of minutes. I mean, it was fine, but
it didn't say it didn't have that. It didn't engage. That first section didn't quite engage. It was nice.
It's like you've arrived at your mate's place for an evening, and the wife's there going, "What are you doing here?" And your mate's going, "Don't worry, she's going out soon." And then it's away we go.
That's never happened. That's never happened to me, Ken. I just really.
What? No mate's ever invited you round.
I've never had. What are you doing here? It's a common occurrence for you.
That's how most of my mates' wives say hello.
Hard to believe.
You're
going to go 93 on this.
Yeah, I'm 93 comfortably.
I'll do
and
92.
in fact, I've still got a third to go. It could go higher.
I'll hang on after this call. But yeah, I got to say to Kurt, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you. Cracking cigar.
We come across that often.
No?
It's been a fantastic 90 minutes. Good fun. Good fun. To the forum. Until next week. Hasta luego.